Hello, my dear fantasistas. Hope you're all doing well. And with the ROOBET Cup just around the corner, let's dive into it. With the Group A being like a Suicide Squad group, it's kind of unpredictable. With the Group B, where we kind of know which two teams are most likely going to advance, and Group C, kind of the same thing, and Group D, we only have a real competition for, I assume, the third position. Let's be honest, it's going to be a third position that's going to be screwed up. And for some reason, I have kind of doubts in Fury performance because they're going to probably face Russian teams twice, and they're not really known to play really well against the CIS teams. So with the group C having ENCE clear favorite and Group B Cloud9 that probably should be easy breezy for them. So let's dive into the matches and let's see what we can expect. The first two games are going to be BIG against Entropic, and with Entropic adding me instead of Lucky, insta upgrade. Me played couple of really great games already. I had a I had some time and I watched some of the Entropic games, in which I have to admit I wasn't really convinced on the ability, but I've seen some glimpses of the ideas, what they kind of trying to implement, and in a let's say in a game against Eternal Fire, they had really close games, but with like plenty of mistakes. And as you can see, like the Mir was the best player in that game, despite that they lost. It's like uh, Entropic, they have some changes in their games, but at the same time, they're still trying to go for that really team based execution style what they had earlier. Let's say against a static, well, almost everyone is losing against a static. So there's a bird from sky, the best IGL of the of the game, I guess. So nothing much to say about that game. When against K23, they had a good game and a bad game. So it's really unpredictable how they're gonna perform. When on the other side, we've seen that BIG they had some really good results at the beginning, and now they kind of dropping back to what they were. And I'm not sure if this is gonna be the event where probably TZ gonna play his last event, but I will be really surprised if they keep him till the end of the season. I'm not sure who they're gonna sign instead of him. Maybe some kid from academy, maybe someone from Mouse. Maybe they can buy them out or something. But still, it's like it's it's really it's really painful to see BIG losing the games just because of one player. So I'm not the biggest fan of Big, but I kind of feel for them. Tapson really deserves better. Tapson deserves better. That's all I can say. In this game, Big have slight advantage, but Entropic they kind of prepare really well for the teams when they know that they're gonna face them. And against BIG, their map pool is quite similar, and they will be able to find out like the weaknesses of Big. And I have to go with Entropic on this one. I think that Entropic gonna take this one. So that's the first game. Second one, Astralis against Movistar. I'm not sure what to expect from Astralis right now. They are kind of on the rise, but on the other side, this isn't really an event where you're gonna try hard. And if we open the event page, we see that Cologne is right like 5 days after the end of the ROOBET Cup. And I'll be honest, I expect this cup to be more like a preparation for the EM Cologne, for the biggest teams and for the teams that are gonna play in the playing stage. Teams like Mouse, like Astralis, same for the Imperial, Movie Stars are there. Like for all these teams, I'm convinced that there's gonna be event to kind of prepare themselves for teams like Cloud9 and ENCE. It's more like to keep themselves in shape. Furia also probably just to keep themselves in shape. So with this said, if we have a look at the teams that are not competing in a Cologne, what's the difference? What teams we have over here that we don't really see there? It's like majority of the teams are the same. Like outsiders are not competing there. OG, I don't see OG in a Cologne. So four is not there. 9Z, Eternal Fire. So the teams like Eternal Fire, teams like Outsiders, these are the teams that, in my opinion, they will be playing to win this cup. Uh, when on the other side, FaZe, Cloud9, all these teams, they just taken this as a preparation. If any of them wins, well, it's gonna be great. But in general, I don't really have expectations for one of the big teams to win this event, especially with the probably like prize pool 150k for this event, online event. To try hard for this for one of those big teams is not really worth it. And the prize pool over here is 1 million, so it kind of makes sense that big teams just gonna prepare. And like with the teams like probably Cloud9, they're gonna just play their games and just probably easily gonna get to the playoffs. With the ends, probably in a similar situation. Any other team over here in Group A or Group D is kind of, they might fluke. I would say that even FaZe can lose against OG straight away. I don't know who's gonna play for OG. Is it gonna be Dexter again or Mantus gonna be back? Haven't really paid attention to their situation. But theoretically, FaZe should be beating them. Then moving forward to the next game, ends against Eternal Fire. It should be easy win for ends. But at the same time, you never know. Ends kind of crashed out of the current event, and it's it probably gonna hurt. And especially since they kind of playing in a main stage already in the into Cologne, they can kind of try and maybe advance to the playoffs and like play like 1 2 games in the playoffs and see how it goes. But in general, I don't really expect much from them. And so yeah, Astralis against Movistar. I have to give a slight advantage for Astralis. They kind of building themselves up again. So then FaZe against OG. As I said, I'm not going to be surprised at all if OG takes this, but at the same time, I believe that FaZe should be winning this. Cloud9 against Complexity. First first NA teams playing against second best NA team, so first team should be winning. And it's gonna beat probably Eternal Fire most likely. Outsiders against fours. This is where I have to admit that I like both teams, but current Outsiders roster, I really like it. I think that's a huge upgrade from even from Yekenda. Yes, he's Latvian. Yes, I'm Latvian too, and I have to admit that I believe that this squad is way better than the one with Yekenda, and I see bright future for them. Maybe not straight away. Maybe they will need a couple events, but especially in a ROOBET Cup like this one, it's a great opportunity for them to kind of get to the playoffs, maybe even like play in final. when for the fours, well, it's another event to kind of show themselves up. Yes, they decent team, and with a major run, they kind of boosted themselves up. So against Furia and 9Z, it's a one-way ticket. Imperial against Mouse. This event is online, and especially as I said, it's like both teams gonna be in a play-in stage. And for Mouse, this is kind of probably the event where they need to show something. When for the Imperial, they probably gonna take this as a practice ground as well, and they're gonna focus on trying to squeeze into the main stage of Intel, Cologne, EM Cologne. So I will go for Mouse over here. So these are the first games, and if I'm correct, then the winner's gonna face winner and the loser against loser. So then probably Faye's gonna face Entropic, and I'm not sure how this works for like the second and third place. If if like the loser of the winner's game is playing like the winner of the loser's game, but if they do, then I'm kind of convinced that Faye's probably gonna beat Entropic, and then Entropic gonna beat whoever they're gonna face, like OG or BIG, whatever. And like it's gonna be like FaZe in the first place, or maybe like the other way around. Maybe FaZe gonna go second, and then Tropic gonna go first. But these are my teams that I'm going with the Group A. Then Cloud9 probably gonna play against Astralis because Blame F is probably gonna have another great performance. So Cloud9 gonna beat Astralis, and then Astralis gonna probably face Movistar Riders one more time. So it's gonna be like two best of threes for them, like in a couple of days. Then ends for some reason I have doubts that End's gonna beat Eternal Fire. I don't know why, but maybe maybe I'm just influenced by the recent results. But in general, Ends should be beating them all day long. Then, as I said, Mao's gonna beat Imperial. Then let's say Mao's gonna face Ends, but Eternal Fire Mouse is probably gonna be a decided game which one's gonna go through. And I would say that in that game, probably Eternal Fire gonna beat Mouse, and Mouse gonna finish like the third, and Imperial gonna finish fourth, and Ence and Eternal Fire probably gonna go through. In this group, Fury gonna beat 9Z, then Outsiders probably gonna beat Force, and then Outsiders gonna play Furia, and well, with the map pools kinda unknown ground for this new roster of Outsiders. I believe Outsiders going to take down the Furia, and then Furia probably going to play against Force. And as I said, they probably taking it as a practice ground. I'm not going to be surprised to see Force beating Furia and Furia just like finishing third and getting ready for the Cologne play-in. If I'm right. So, oh no, Furia is going to main stage. Okay, so still not changing a lot. And then the playoffs, I don't know how you're gonna work in the playoffs, but that's my prediction to the group stage. Playoffs. So is it gonna show? Okay. All right. So it's random yet. Probably gonna be seeding or something. So yeah. With that said, let's jump to my team. And yes, with my logic, I gonna gamble hard on outsiders, especially with the current prices. If if we just go and play into the builder. So prices are really high, and for this for the A group, there's no real point to like go for any of face players with such a tight groups, and especially since there's going to be like a playing ground practice, not really worth it. On the other side, Cloud9, they should have two easy games. Probably both games going to be 2-0. Even against Australis, it's probably going to be 2-0. And point wise and a carry wise, I don't really know what to expect. I believe that Shiro should be like hitting really hard, but 241k. it's not worth at all. It's like this is why I'm just going for Inters, because he's gonna get me decent points, and maybe he's gonna have one of those performances like he had couple of weeks ago where he goes like +10 in a single game, and if he ends up in both games like +10, it's crazy points and 190k. Great. On the other side, there's Searson for 217. Again, Entropic, then like Phase OOG, and I don't see big advancing. So big no-no for me. Astralis, they should be going from the second place. Farlig, really nice price. Farlig's been performing quite decent. Blamef now is influenced by his ratings and great ratings, but in the games against Cloud9, doubt he's gonna perform as well. 230k nearly, too much. Imperial, I don't see any point of taking any Imperial players because I don't have faith in them at all, especially in this tournament. Then outsiders, really great prices, and let's say if you planning to have an AWPA from any other team, doubling up on Norbert and Flit is probably like the best option you can do, right? And like I'll be honest, there is an option in my mind that we could do this and this, but at the same time, I don't want to risk like all my eggs in the same basket, like playing uh, Group A. Even though FaZe is like the clear favorite over there, and same, I don't want to have two players from the same group. To be honest, it's not the worst idea, but I want to have like one player, probably two from like one group, and if I have two players from the same group, I want them to be from the same team. So I either win or lose. So yeah, please stop lagging. Oh, froze. So yeah, these are my thoughts, and as I was saying earlier, please pay attention to EM Cologne, and majority of the teams that are participating in this event, they will be preparing for the Cologne, right? So don't expect teams like FaZe and ENCE to go all in this tournament. Most likely, they're just gonna play default game. And for the teams like Eternal Fire, this is their chance to prove themselves, right? So, um, winner, and okay, so that is an elimination match, yes, and decided yes. So yes, I was correct on this one. There will be like winner, then loser, and then loser and winner. Okay, so yeah, so this is my team. I'm going for leader on the ends, because even though they have a chance to lose to Eternal Fire, they still should be going through in this group. Then Multifrag on Forester. Yes, they have Mir now, but Forester is still like the main the main guy in the team. He is the one that's playing like the really solid positions when Mir is kind of playing the entry fragger and really aggressive. And if Entropic were in any other group, I would have Mir 100%. And depending on the results of this event, his price probably gonna go down, and we have a great chance to see me for under like 210k in next events. That's probably gonna be like next season already, I guess. So yeah, so there's gonna be only a few events left. So yeah, support and enters, open game, not much to say. Booster game isn't really the strongest side of me right now, even though let's say Czech Blast Spring Finals, I kind of have only 6 out of those boosters, and currently in 4 points. Most likely these 4 points are guaranteed, but in general, this was a horrible event, especially since I had so much faith in Spinks, and well, at least one of my free carries is playing really hard. And as I was saying in my previous video, SDY is a great pick for 190k, and he ends up it was a great pick for 190k. So yeah, I was 100% wrong on Vitality, but at the same time, I have to admit that G2 went G2 Classics and screwed up like hard multiple times. And the same for Ents. Like that round on Nuke where it was like 6 seconds, and instead of like committing one player to just stop the bomb, they just run away. What can I say? Thank you for your support, and I'll talk to you next time.